I look exactly like my 25 female fiance's 28 male mother. I 24 female have been with my fiance 28 male for the past 5 years and engaged for the past year. He's the love of my life and we get along very well. He's always has a strange adoration for his mother. He usually talks about how smart, how kind, how funny she is. I always thought it was sweet because I don't have a good relationship with my mother. He often said I have the same personality type as his mother. During our whole relationship, I hadn't met his family. We live in Germany, they're in the US. We're currently visiting them now. When I met her, I really liked her. She's 64, so I didn't notice our resemblance at first, but when I looked at her wedding photos with my fiance's father, I really looked like I could be her daughter. Even my fiance's father pointed it out. We both have curly ginger hair and green eyes, and we both have bangs. We are a similar height and build. It's so eerie. If you compare a photo of her in her youth with me, we look like we could be sisters. His mother is also a fan of red lipstick. Guess what color the lipsticks he buys me are? Red. I asked a few friends what they thought, and they said this obviously can't be a coincidence. I decided to speak to him before bed yesterday, and I pointed out how similar I was to him mother. He shrugged and said people usually choose partners who are similar to their parents. I didn't believe him, but he showed me some articles on Google. I tried to let it go today, but I met some more of his relatives, and everyone is talking about how his mother and I look like we're related. His mother finds this whole thing cute and has said, "My son misses me so much when he's in Germany that he found my look-alike." How do I approach a conversation with him about this again? Or am I just overreacting, and should I let it go? I would love some advice. Update, 6 days later. Most of the advice told me to change my appearance, which is what I did. I managed to find a very nice wig. It has straight brown hair. His sister-in-law installed it for me. I've had it on for 3 days now, and my fiancé hates it. He's pissed at his sister-in-law for installing it too. I made sure it was a brown that suited me because I am very pale and everyone has complimented it but him. Even his mother said it was beautiful. My fiancé keeps saying it doesn't suit my complexion and that my ginger hair is much better. I made up a lie and told him that my hair couldn't deal with the water in the US. Germany has hard water, but the city my fiancé's family lives in has even harder water, miraculously. So I said my scalp was irritated. He bought a water filter. He refused to be intimate with me because I didn't look like myself to him. I also stopped wearing the red lipstick. I wore a pink one instead, and all he did was ask if I had a new favorite. I told him that red was his favorite, not mine, and he agreed with that. Yesterday, I removed the wig so I could wash my hair and he walked in on me installing it again. He said that I shouldn't put it back on because it looked terrible and I rolled my eyes and laughed at him. After that, we had a conversation. He said that I looked so much better ginger, and he wanted to be intimate because we hadn't done it in a few days because of the wig. I told him I didn't know how hair attached to a net prevented us from being intimate. I then asked him why he called me mommy in bed. Disclaimer. I do not enjoy being called mommy in bed, but I dealt with it because I love him. He gave the same response as usual and said it was a kink. I said I didn't like it, and he said that he wouldn't do it anymore, but he was disappointed because as his partner, I should be supportive of his kinks. I said that I'd support others, but not this one. I then told him I found it extremely uncomfortable that I look exactly like his mother. I said I'd understand if we were both gingers, but we look so similar people have mistaken us for being mother and daughter. He immediately got defensive and said that it was just a coincidence. I told him that with the mommy kink, it was starting to look intentional. He then finally came clean. He said that he did decided to get to know me because I look like his mother. He said that he first took an interest in me, non-romantic, because the resemblance was uncanny and he was intrigued by it. Then he said he fell in love with my personality and that's why he decided to ask me out, so he wouldn't have asked me out solely based on my resemblance to his mother. I asked about the red lipstick, and he said that he liked red lipstick and he asked his mother for a recommendation, so I guess that checks out. I then asked about him gearing me towards hobbies that his mother has. I like to crochet and bake because he first introduced me to those hobbies, and I found out those are his mother's main hobbies. He said that baking and crocheting are nurturing hobbies and he wanted a nurturing partner. And since mothers are, usually, very nurturing, he wanted a partner with his mother's qualities. And about the wig, he just said he preferred my natural hair. I honestly don't know how to feel about all of this. On one hand, this is weird. On the other hand, his explanations kinda do make sense. I don't know if this is normal or extremely abnormal. He's an amazing and loving partner outside of this, so I'm thinking of getting us couples counseling and postponing our wedding plans. One good thing that has come out of this is that at least I know I look amazing with brown hair too. I would like some advice and thoughts on this. I am still in the US with his family, and I still have my wig on. Am I the jerk for asking my wife to ditch her divorced friends? So I 39 male and my wife 38 female have been married for 10 years together for 15 and have 2 children, 9 male and 7 female. My wife has been going out with a group of 3 of her friends from work once a month for years. When it first started, all her friends were married, but in the last couple of years, her 3 friends have all had very messy divorces. Now, the problem when my wife goes out with them, she comes home and is suddenly hypercritical of everything I do or do not do. So I do work from home and have worked with my company so that every day I can take my breaks in order to do kid drop-off and pick up, walk the dog, cook supper, and try to do other things around the house if my workday allows it. My wife, who works out of the house, used to be super appreciative of this, always say thank you or do other little things, like if she had to stop and fill up the car, she would pick me a bag of chips or some other token of thank you. When she now goes out with her friends who have gotten divorced, none of them were easy. She comes home and now instead of thanks, I get, well, you didn't do the laundry, or the laundry didn't get folded and put away. Even my cooking, which she used to love now, is picked apart with everything that could be improved or changed. Also, suddenly all intimacy is gone, not an even kiss goodbye or good morning, and if I try anything else, I just get shut down hard. This usually lasts for about a week or 2, but it is starting to get longer, before she starts saying thank you and appreciating what I do around the house. The other day, my wife left her personal cell phone at home and called me from work asking her to bring it to her and to charge it on the way. I don't think she realized that plugging her phone into my truck for the drive would bring up her text messages. Well, as I was driving, this group of friends started texting her phone, and it was nothing but bashing me, with things like, "What didn't he do today? He sounds like he just makes more work for you, and hope he likes the cold." So I pulled over and read the conversation and everything she was saying about how I was making her life difficult. Honestly, it nearly broke me, but I didn't want to overreact. I brought the phone to her and she grabbed it and went back in the building, no thank you or anything. That night, I arranged for my dad to pick up the kids so we could talk in private when she got home. I told her I saw the text messages and she snapped at me for reading the messages. Yes, I realize it was wrong of me to do. I told her, well, apparently according to you and your friends, I am a bad husband. My outburst took her by surprise. I am generally pretty soft-spoken, and I went a rage about all the stuff I do around the house daily that apparently count for nothing, and if it was a big problem, she could step up and do more. I asked her if she still loved me, and she did say yes, and she said she just gets caught up talking with this group and feels the need to join in, so I told her she needs to cut it off with this group because I cannot live with a wife that doesn't respect or appreciate me, and we need to go counseling as well. She said I was being unreasonable for asking her to cut out her friends of over 10 years, so am I the jerk? Am I the jerk for not including my daughter's half-siblings and things with us and not getting them stuff? 10 years ago, I had a relationship with a woman who I did not know whatsoever, that she was already married with 3 kids, she never wore her wedding ring whenever she was with me, and she posted nothing on her socials, and I guess I just trusted her not to check. Oh God, how stupid was I? I'd absolutely have not even looked at her if I knew she was in a relationship, let alone married with kids. My mom cheated on Dad and destroyed our family, and I would have never intentionally done anything like that to anyone ever. Eventually, she got pregnant just a couple of months into our relationship, and when she was in her 6th month, she sat me down and broke down and explained everything to me. I was mortified, and I ended everything with her right then and there. I couldn't live with myself, so a few days later, I did some digging and found her husband, and I told him everything. He absolutely deserved to know what his wife was doing behind his back. I kept apologizing to him and kept saying I had no idea she was married with kids, and he just thanked me for being honest and telling him the truth. Apparently, they've also been active, and he thought it was his baby she was pregnant with. They ended up going to consulting for the kid's sake, and they stayed together, and they kept the baby when she was born. We did a DNA test, and she was mine. We ended up having 50-50 custody of her once she grew out of having to be breastfed. Her husband didn't hate me, but he absolutely didn't love me either, and he was distant with my daughter. He never got her anything or included her in any family vacation. Instead, she'd come stay with me. So in return, I never got any of her other kids anything. And that was fine with everybody until a couple of months ago. Back in July, I took my daughter with my wife and son on a 2-week family vacation to France and Italy, and we took the kids to Disneyland in Paris. My daughter knew about it for months beforehand, and she's a huge Disney princess, so she was so excited and talked about it all the time. Apparently, her half-siblings got jealous, and her mom tried convincing me to take them as well. I refused because 3 extra kids would be insanely more expensive, and I had absolutely no reason to take them in the first place. She kept calling me a greedy jerk, and she even offered to give me some money to take them, and I still refused because it won't even cover the cost of 1 extra kid, much less 3. And again, it was a family vacation, and they're not my family. The vacation came and went, and they're still whining about it, and they're making my daughter feel horrible about it when she's there. I'm consulting a lawyer currently to see if I can sue for more custody because of it. Am I the jerk here? Like and subscribe for daily Reddit stories. All rights belong to the original author. This video is for narration entertainment purposes only.